Kyle Richards is officially opening up about her sexuality, talking to her girls about it. We have Brittany Cartwright that's dragging Jax Taylor, saying that he hasn't changed and that she's caught him sleeping with other women in their own home. Lots to get to. Vicki Gunvalson is even responding to Tamra Judge, who claims that she has a photo of Brandi and Caroline. Oy vey, let's get into it. You're listening to No Filter with Zack Peter, your go-to source for all the latest pop culture and reality TV served fresh all week long. Now, let's dive in. What's going on? Welcome on in, welcome on in, welcome on in. How's everybody in the club? In the club, we all fam. Are we though? In the club, we all fam. Listen, there's so much drama going on. There's so much content creator drama that's going on. And I'm just like, I want to stay out of the drama, but I'm friends with everybody and I want to stay out of the drama. So, oh, hi, Sharon. Sharon, I knew that was you. I was like, wait, I know Sharon. Sharon booked a cameo for her birthday. Happy belated birthday. Her birthday was November 10th. So her birthday was on Sunday. Everyone wish Sharon a happy belated birthday. I know once we give one person a birthday shout out, then I'm like, Sharon's birthday was on Sunday. And then someone's gonna be, well, my birthday's today, and my birthday's tomorrow, and my birthday was on Monday, and my birthday is in June. And we have to give birthday shout outs to everybody's birthday who was in June that we missed. Happy birthday to everybody. Happy birthday to Sharon. Sharon, I'm glad you enjoyed your cameo. Yes, I'm glad you enjoyed your cameo, Sharon. If you guys want a birthday shout out, a pep talk, a business shout out, whatever you want, you can book it on Cameo. The link is in the description below. I will give you, or Joe Mendoza likes to book cameos often and asks me very shady questions in the cameo. So listen, if there's something you want, there we go. Laura says October 6th representation. Happy belated on October 6th. Is it Bill Smith's birthday? I don't know when Bill Smith's birthday is actually. Yeah. What what a time to be alive. Oh, happy birthday to everybody, January through December. In the club, we all celebrate birthdays. But yeah. Hi guys, how's everybody doing? I hope you had a great Veterans Day. For those of you that had the day off, hope you got to enjoy your long 3-day weekend. And now we're getting back into the swing of things. The swing a lang lang of thing the thing things, the thing the thing things, of the thing of thing things. All right. What do we want to start with today? I did want to I wanted to give a shout out to there's this YouTube channel called An Honest Conversation. It's funny, she's been covering, like, my drama with me and Adam, and so we were kind of laughing about it this morning because somebody sent me her video last night, and they're like, "Look they're covering your feud with Up and Adam again," which, by the way, Adam and I have since squashed the beef and buried the hatchet, but, it's always funny when I watch, like, other people covering this stuff because 'cause I'm like, "Wait, you got that detail wrong," or, "Oh, no, that's not true," and then, I don't know, but Adam and I were laughing about it this morning. I was texting him, I was like, "I forgot you compared me to Swim Fan." Is it Swim Fan? Whatever that movie was. I was like, I forgot you did that. And he's like, Zack, we've moved on from this. He's like, Zack, we've he's like, let's not rehash anything. He's like, we both said things. I was like, yeah, but like you did call me anti-Semitic and you did compare me to Swim Fan or whatever. Um, so yeah, it was funny. In the club, we all Swim Fan. So yeah, we had a good laugh about it. But yeah, I was like, I forgot about that little detail. And he's like, don't get started again. I was like, I don't know, I might have some wine and start tweeting about it. Yeah. Swim Fan, the movie. Yeah, I guess it's about a movie about this girl and she sleeps with this dude and then she becomes obsessed with him. So yeah, I don't know, something about that. So yeah. In the club, we all bam. Not familiar. Yeah, it's basically like, yeah. Anyway, but yeah, An Honest Conversation. It's a YouTube channel. Shout out. But yeah. Whew. Let's see. What else? What else? What else? Where should we begin? Let's start with Kyle Richards because I feel like that's like the most press. Well, actually, before Kyle Richards, Erin Leachy from the groundbreaking Real Housewives of New York, she announced that she's pregnant. So congrats to Erin. Congratulations. It's interesting that she's now having a baby, considering we're seeing her marriage kind of on rocky foundation this season. But she also has clarified that because in the pigeon trailer for this new season, they talk about somebody being pregnant, and she clarifies that she is not the one that they're referring to in the trailer. So there's still some big bombshell about somebody who might be pregnant in the trailer, in the pigeon trailer. So I don't know, maybe the pigeons are pregnant. I at this point have lost interest, but congrats to Erin, a new bundle of joy. Love it. Okay, let's talk about Kyle Richards. So the new season of Beverly Hills is coming. Is it this week? When does last Beverly Hills premiere? What is the premiere date for it? November 19th. So next week. So we're not quite there yet, but now they're starting to do press around it, right? Next Tuesday. Oh, so exactly a week from today. But like Dorit's out there doing press, and Kyle's out there doing press, and Kyle's opening up. And you will, like I said, you will see more about this in the premiere. I've watched the premiere. It's a good premiere. So we'll get more into this when you actually, I'm not allowed to talk about the premiere, but they better hope there's an actual bombshell, because this season is a snoozer. This season, I feel like the entire Roni reboot has been a snooze fest. But so Kyle is talking about how she had to have a very uncomfortable conversation with her daughters about her sexuality, because obviously when things with Morgan Wade were coming out and there were all these headlines and it was just kind of cuckoo crazy, she had to sit her daughters down and be like, listen, I think I may, become a pescatarian, and I think that I may be into chicks. I don't know. Who knows? I'm debating, but the idea of chicken breasts lately sounds enticing. And so she said that her girls were very understanding, that they were very loving, that they were very accepting. And I guess now they make lesbian jokes with her. Because so you know how like well, I don't know. I can only speak for myself because gay guy here, but like there's usually like the trajectory of like, I am straight. No, I think I might be bi. And then you're like bi for a hot second, and then you suck a few dicks, and then you realize you're not actually bi. But there's like a period where you're like in between, right? Like you're not fully gay yet, but you think that you're bi for a minute, right? And I mean, really, we'll call it the bye period, because it's mainly you're saying goodbye to the ladies and you're fully embracing the guys, but like it's a very long goodbye. It's not like oh, goodbye forever. It's like I'll see you later, and then you realize, no, we're not really ever going to speak again. It's like that sort of goodbye. The OG love bean. Yeah. So Kyle is so there's phases of gayness. Yes, Laura, there are phases of yes, of gayness, um, of the coming out process. Like you open the closet and you like peek out and you like wait, and then you have 1 foot in and 1 foot out, and then you have 1 foot out and one finger still in the coochie, and you're just like, I don't know, do I keep 2 fingers or 1 finger? I'm gonna stop with the fingers and put the finger out of the coochie and in my butthole, and then you play around, you know. Billy said, Zach, I just got here and you make me laugh. Right. I have to be careful. YouTube's gonna flag me. I mean, listen, it's okay to talk about being gay. It happens, And listen, you switch what holes you put the fingers in. It's not that big of a deal. So I think Kyle right now is like, oh, she went from Marie, probably putting a pinky in Mauricio's booty hole, and now she's like, oh, I'm exploring myself. So we shall see what happens. Sharon, Sharon is a new member of the Zack Pack. Sharon, I thought you were a member already. Thank you. Velda says, oh my, what? Is it too much of the piano fingers? Should I do some Tim Waltz jazz hands? Jazz. So yeah. So I mean, I don't know. I think Kyle is still on her journey, right? She's maybe in her bi phase, but my understanding is it sounds to me like she is in love with Morgan Wade, but Morgan probably doesn't want to deal with Kyle's sexuality, because I'm sure Morgan has feelings for Kyle. But at the same time, the lesbians already know when the straight ladies decide that they want to, transition into this new era of their sexuality, right? When they want to take a ride on the rainbow, they know that like sometimes it could just be a phase. Sometimes you could just be confused. Like that does happen sometimes, right? But I think Morgan knows like you have to figure your stuff out. You're coming out of a long-term, marriage, like you're leaving a dude, like, go into the dip into the lady pond, taste all the different sushi flavors, and then when you're ready and you're sure that this is the decision that you want to make, then come back to me. But I also think Morgan Wade just doesn't want any part of the public life, right? As Kyle's on her healing journey, Morgan's like, listen, I don't know if I want the paparazzi. I don't know if I want to be. But then again, like Morgan can't be that dumb, right? Like she was on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills with the tattoos, and she was doing the "I'm gonna make you fall in love with me" that whole music video where they're like almost kissing and they're in the bathtub, and then they have the love letters, and Kyle's doing the splits and the whole music video thing. And then all of the songs, there are a lot of songs now that people are talking about that Morgan Wade seems to be writing about Kyle Richards. So I don't know. Michelle says she's doing the splits right in the doorway. Yeah, that's what she's doing. Ride the rainbow. Well, yeah, what else do you want to call it when you're riding the rainbow? And then there are all the different colors. Why did we pick a rainbow? Like, who made that decision? First of all, rainbows are tacky, but like, who decided? Because I mean, at the time, there was lesbian, gay, bi, and then trans was like, the newer addition to the LGBT, right? But like, that's only four. And like, bi is technically like purple, right? Like you have blue and then you have red, and then bi would be like purple because you like both. So, but who decided the rainbow was the option that we were going to go with? And like, why are there so many options on the? I mean, now I know there are like 50 different genders and 50 different sexual orientations, and there's asexual and pansexual and trisexual and two spirit and all that shit. And listen, whatever. But like, well, who decided the rainbow was the way to go? Listen, right now, Kyle is tasting the rainbow. She's got a whole bag of Skittles. And I think Morgan Wade is like, taste all the flavors of the Skittles and like make sure you're ready, for all this. Make sure you're ready to fall in love with me. Laura says, weren't you at the meeting for this, Zack? Apparently, I was left off the RSVP. They were probably like, we're a little questioning about your politics. You're no longer welcome at the table. Sharon says Morgan Wade. Morgan Wade is just not the one I'd pick if it was me. Who would you pick, Sharon? Are you also ready to taste the rainbow? Are you 1 foot in and 1 foot out? Are you trying to decide which hole you're going to put the finger in today? Oh, yeah. Shannon says, why has it got to be color coded? That's my point. Like, why do we need the different, like, Joe says he's pan spirit. What is, you know what, Joe? I wouldn't even be surprised if that were a thing. Michelle says, you don't sit on the rainbow board. You think they're going to allow me? What do you think? What did you just fall out of a coconut tree? You really think they're going to allow me to sit on the rainbow? Oh, well, no. Now they have the new flag where it's all the rainbows. And then they have the little triangle thing. And then they have like the light pink and the light blue and the white, which I don't, the light pink, the light blue. Like, I don't know. They're just making the flag ugly now. Like, I just, like, we all love each other. I am all about love who you want to love and do what you want to do and blow who you want to blow. But like, why we got to make the flag look, like the rainbow was tacky enough. And now we're just adding in all these other random. Don't get me started. Michelle says, no, I don't sit on the board, unfortunately. Um, yeah. Michelle says, I'm the chairman of the coconut committee. Are you? And what do the coconuts say? That's what I'm gonna call you. Listen, can we say this? I was having a conversation with my neighbor yesterday. We went to dinner. And we were talking about it, and she was, sharing her feelings about the election and whatnot. And she chose not to vote, and she was telling me why and whatever. And I was like, listen, I will give it to Kamala Harris. She was a funny meme, with the different accents and the coconut tree and like Kamala's so bright. Like that was one thing that the internet did well is they made her, she was like Tiffany Pollard, right? There were so many memes and gifs and how dare we speak Merry Christmas? Like she was funny. Like I'm gonna miss. She was always like a little lit falling out of the coconut trees. She was a good time. Like I would love to grab a drink with Kamala, and just like shoot the shit. I'll give her that. Michelle says, we all just fall out of coconut trees over and over. That's what this past week has felt like. Morgan can teach Kyle a thing or two. I think she can teach Kyle a lot of things with a few different fingers, right? She can teach her all the tricks. Teach her how to play a guitar. Anaconda says, to me, it's the age difference that's icky. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like the age difference. But, well, I mean, I don't know. I would fuck a grandpa. I've never been against the elderly. I'm all for, what is it? What did we call them? The senior species. I'm all for the senior species. Give me a good grandpa. Give him a good Viagra. Um, Row body. What is it? Ja- Janice just jumped into the live chat and she said, "Replay crew heart." Janice, we're live right now, my love. You're in the live chat. You're not in the replay group. You're in the live chat. We are live on the internet at the moment, my love. Oh man. Velda says men do it all the time with younger women. That I agree. I think it's gross. Even going back to the Rainbow Committee, right? There are older dudes that like date younger dudes all the time, and I'm like, why do you want to like date a 19-year-old? Like, I don't know. It's just creepy to me, you know? Michelle, that's a good slogan for the senior species. Give me a good grandpa. Yeah, you know? Sharon, I learned so much on your show. It's pretty well. What did you learn today? The finger thing? Yeah. The bi transition period where you're bi for a little bit before you like fully come out of the closet. It happens, you guys. What can I say? But so yeah, that's Kyle. Kyle is coming into her own and good for her, you know. Michelle says the senior species committee doesn't F around with the rainbow. Their mascot is dinosaur fossils. Ooh, dinosaur fossils. Morgan's 29. She's younger than me. She looks older than me, but okay. Good for her, I guess. Jasmine says, "Hi guys, just put my toddler down." Well, Jasmine, that's not usually the best time to talk about your toddler when we're talking about dating younger. Like we don't we don't want to mix the two. Somebody's going to take that out of context and it's just going to, you know, it's just going to get lost in translation somewhere. Wanda says, "I have to admit I thought Morgan was over 30. At least, right? Like I thought she was a hard like 32, you know?" Sue says maybe we'll see the gay Golden Bachelor. I mean, yeah. Oh, Candace says Shawn Mendes is in his bi era. Yeah. Shawn Mendes and Kaya Richards just need to come together and have like a nice, let's be honest conversation. And, there we go. I think, listen, Shawn Mendes is a cutie patootie, right? Like I can, see him on OnlyFans. I'll just say that. Yeah. Kyle is robbing the cradle. Well, I mean, it's hard. I appreciate you saying that like 29 is the cradle, because I'm 31. So, yeah. Tiffany says, "Oh wait, I'm coming in late. How old is Morgan?" Morgan's apparently someone said she's 29 and Kyle's like what, 52? Right? How old is Kyle? Like 52, right? Sydney says she's lived hard. I mean, Joe says, "Isn't Sean technically in the questioning bucket of the LGBTQIA plus?" Well, first of all, Joe, you forgot the number two. It's LGBTQIA 2 plus because the number two now stands for two spirit. It really has become a password at this point, right? All the letters, you need at least one capital and one number and one symbol. Truly. So Tanya says, us seniors just want to share the rainbow with. You know, share some Skittles, share some Werthers, whatever you want to do. What is Two Spirit? I don't, to be honest, I don't fully understand. It has something to do with like Native Americans and they, I, I couldn't explain it to you if I wanted to. It confuses me, but it has to do with something with Native Americans and them having two spirits and they're usually healers and I don't know. Something about that sexual healing. Or it says, "I wonder how many spirits I have." Listen, if you have that many spirits in you, you need to go see a priest. You might need an exorcism soon if you got all them spirits in you. Okay. Um, let's see. That's Kyle. We'll see. I think Morgan just is having a hard time with Kyle on her journey, on her healing journey, you know. And once Kyle's ready, I think Morgan will be ready to embrace it. But I think Morgan also has a hard time with the public lifestyle. So, but oh, speaking of Kyle and Teddy, because Teddy's obviously going through her divorce, and Kyle, it was reported in TMZ that Kyle is Teddy's breakup guru, and that she's helping Teddy navigate or guide her through her sad divorce. But she also says that she wasn't shocked by Teddy's divorce. I don't think many people were shocked. I think there were a lot of things that Teddy had hinted at or alluded to on Two T's and Pod that um, I don't think anybody was that shocked, to be honest. But at least she has Kyle to help guide her. I mean, listen, maybe Teddy will become a lesbian in this too. You never know. Oh, Sharon just said maybe Kyle and Teddy will end up together. I mean, I wouldn't be against it, you know? Michelle says, I've got lots of spirits. So the kind you buy from wine and spirits. Yeah, I've got lots of spirits in me, but like very similar to Michelle. The spirits in me are usually vodka, tequila, whiskey, you know? The spirits that lift your spirits. Oh man, what a time, what a time, what a time to be alive. But if you are looking to jolly your spirits, you might want to spark something uncommon this holiday with just the right gift from Uncommon Goods. The busy holiday season is here, and Uncommon Goods makes it less stressful with incredible handpicked gifts for everyone on your list, all in one spot. Gifts that spark joy, spark wonder, spark delight, and spark that it's exactly what I wanted feeling. You know, they scour the globe for original, handmade, absolutely remarkable things. And somehow they just know the exact perfect gift for every single person that you know. So like I said, I love the customized gifts. I love the customizable gifts. They have different glassware, they have different kitchenware, they have different home goods, they have different clothing, they have different self-care goods. So whatever you need, I keep getting compliments on my the dog father pullover that I bought for myself while I was supposed to be holiday shopping. It's cute, it's comfy, it's stitched on, so it's not like printed on, so you know it's gonna last long. But Uncommon Goods just has all the goods. And when you shop at Uncommon Goods, you're supporting artists and small independent businesses. Many of them handcrafted products are made in small batches. So you have to shop now before they sell out this holiday season. And I'd suggest shopping now so that they're here on time so you don't avoid any shipping delays that'll be coming with the post office. So keep that in mind. And also rest assured that every purchase you make at Uncommon Goods, they give $1 back to a nonprofit partner of your choice, which is great. They've donated more than $3 million to date. To get 15% off your next gift, go to uncommongoods.com/nofilter. That's uncommongoods.com/nofilter for 15% off. You can also use code NOFILTER. Don't miss out on this limited time offer. Get 15% off today at uncommongoods.com/nofilter. Uncommon Goods. We're all out of the ordinary. Boom. Let's get it, get it, get it. Get that Christmas shopping done, yo. Get it done, get it right, get it right. And also, while I'm telling you about things that should be on your shopping list, I want you to check out BioRay because we've officially entered the holiday season, which comes with lots of sugar and lots of carbs, and it can lead to that sugar rampage. But don't worry because I've got your new holiday season secret weapon, BioRay, and specifically their new teen line, Rays, for teens who want to feel good, right? My family's been taking BioRay supplements for over a decade now. BioRay formulas are the plant medicine that you've been looking for. They're tasty liquid tinctures that are perfect for the whole family. And they have their new line, which is Rays by BioRay, which is great for helping those angsty teens. I believe they also have a promotion right now where if you purchase 2 Rays products, you'll get a free gift with purchase. Life is Peachy drops help calm down those moods and bring on the peachy vibes. Thinking cap drops help with the ability to stay alert and pay attention. All systems glow is a nutritious boost that can help charge those picky eaters, and Dream Machine can help your teen wind down from those noisy thoughts before bed. Whatever you need, BioRay has you covered. Give Raised by BioRay a try today and use code ZACK, Z-A-C-K, for 10% off your next order now at BioRay.com. That's code ZACK, Z-A-C-K, at BioRay, B-I-O-R-A-Y, BioRay.com, and score that 10% off. And when you do purchase, guys, when you get them, like, send me pics, post on your Instagram stories, and tag me so I can repost them. I love when you guys send me all your photos. So send me your photos. I'm here. I'm ready. Let's get it. Okay. What's up next? Should we talk about Brittany Cartwright? Or well, let's talk about Vicki first, because Vicki Gunvalson is jumping back on into the live chat. She's opening up on our podcast. Tamra Judge at the Two T's in a Pod a couple weeks ago talked about a photo that she saw that Vicki had of Brandi and Caroline in Morocco filming Ultimate Girls Trip season 4, the Morocco trip. And Tamra said that the photo that she saw was of Brandi on top of Caroline, and Caroline was pushing Brandi away. And Vicki has this photo, and so she's like, it's so weird that Vicki's talking out in support of Brandi when she knows she has this incriminating photo. And now Vicki's responding on her podcast, and she tells her podcast host Christian Grey Snow that she went back and looked at the photo of Brandi and Caroline, and she calls Tamra a liar, and she says that Tamra's been lying so long at this point that she, doesn't even think she doesn't believe that Tamra even knows what the truth is anymore. And so she said that she looked at the photo again, and the photo was not of Caroline pushing Brandi off and saying, get away, but she was pointing at Brandi. And maybe it was, like, a little, little, or like a, ooh, naughty, naughty. Like, we don't know the context of it, right? And from what we do know, the investigation has exonerated Brandi from any wrongdoing. She said that Caroline was uncomfortable, but in no way was Caroline sexually violated. I believe were the findings of their investigation. They submitted all of the footage. They submitted all of the audio in court. They did put a some sort of like gag order or like a protection so that the public didn't have access to that footage, which again gives me hope that maybe if they don't want the public having access to the footage, it's because they have every intention of still releasing the footage at some point. So who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? But that's Vicki's update when it comes to her response to Tamra and the photo that she claims Vicki has. But let's talk about Brittany Cartwright, because she is saying Jax Taylor has not changed. He is the same old dirtbag that he was before. So Brittany went on the Hot Mic podcast with Alex Baskin, which is Bravo's podcast. Oh, excuse me. And in the podcast, she says, she talks about Jax. She talks about their separation, I guess hinting what's to come in the new season of The Valley. But so she talks about how she was really upset and hurt that Jax went and signed a lease behind her back in Tom Schwartz's apartment building. She was annoyed about that because she's like, Jax was living in the house. And meanwhile, I was the one that was having to rent all these other places. And I was the one that was having to get all the U-Hauls and the moving trucks. And I'm the one with our son that's moving here and there and all around. And Jax decided to stay in the house. And the next thing you know it, Jax decides that he's leaving the house and that he's going to, get a lease on some new condo. And she was just like so annoyed about it. And she's just like, he has no respect for me. And I'm assuming she meant like she could have moved into the house and she could have lived there with Cruz if Jax was going to leave, rather than have him stay there and have her move and then go and get a lease somewhere else when the house is now empty, and she could have stayed there with her son, and taken care of him. But she just says that this is Jax. He hasn't changed. He's the same old Jax that he always was. She says that she doesn't feel bad sleeping with his friend Julian Sensley. Remember, there were reports that she and Julian had hooked up, and Jax was like really hurt by it. But she's like, listen, we didn't have any rules about not hooking up within the friend group. And she's like, and you know what? It wasn't even planned. And I don't feel bad about it. She said, it just happened. They weren't like planning or calculating anything. And she says that when it was happening, she didn't care if it hurt Jax because he never cares about hurting her. She's like, he's never thought about me and my feelings. So why am I supposed to think about him and his feelings now? So that the only rule that they did have when it came to hooking up is they're not allowed to hook up in their shared home, right? The house that they bought together. They're not allowed to hook up there. She said, because it's still my home, it's still my furniture. My photos are still hung up all throughout the house. I still pay for that house. I still buy all the groceries for that house. So she's like, no, I don't want any of these prostitution whores up in my crib. In the club, we are not all fam. Not in this club, she said. So that was the rule: no hooking up in the house and no bringing other people around crews. But she says that one, she's already caught Jax with on at least 2 occasions of him hooking up in the house or bringing girls over into the house. So she's like, I don't know if he's brought girls around crews. I just know that he's already hooked up in the house, and in the club, we all mad. She ain't happy about it. So she's like, I don't care about Jax at all. She's like, I'm done. I'm so over him. He has no respect for me. So why should I have any respect for him? And then she says that while he was in rehab the entire time, he was rage texting her and cursing her out and calling her names. So yeah. Velda says Brittany has finally grew some balls. Yeah, she has. Evely says, geez, it's not cool airing their dirty laundry. Their son will see this one day, and stooping to Jax's level is wrong. 2 wrongs don't make a right. I mean, listen, their lives are on a reality show. Like, there's no concealing it. Their hookups are being reported on. They're filming it all for the Valley, and they filmed their past relationship for Vanderpump Rules. So I think she's over it. Pamela says, what about that big busted woman he was dating? Who was the big busted woman he was dating? She was busted? What was she busted for? Like busted in prison, or she was like busted down? She was like toe up from the flow up. Who was the big busted woman Jax was with? I didn't know he was with a big busted woman. Hmm. The more you know. I have to Google this. Jax and the big busted woman. Sounds like a children's book, like by Dr. Seuss. Jax and the big busted woman. Oh, big breast. Oh, Velda said the big breasted one. Oh, breasts. Got it, got it, got it. You're talking in Kyle Richards terms. Sorry, you said busted. Oh, you mean like busty. Okay, well, that's not what you said. She said big busted woman. So I'm thinking like a linebacker, you know? I'm like, wow, this must have been like a rough looking, like, hefty lady, which just to me doesn't sound like Jax's type, like a thick, you know, burrowy woman with like chin hairs is what I was picturing. I was like, wow, I didn't realize Jax had a new type. Busted is in her boobs. Okay, well, where I'm from, when you say someone looks busted, they're not usually talking about the boobs. Okay, busty, they have busty breasts, a busty bosom, but busted is you're saying they look toe up. Big busted. Listen, like I said, where I'm from, when we're calling someone busted, we're saying, damn, you look like shit, you know? Like Morgan Wade, you do not look 29, like that's busted, Bust down Tatiana. Everyone's laughing at me now. I get okay, everyone's like bust. Yes, like busty, but they didn't say busty. Pamela says no, big tatas. Well, Brittany has big tatas too, so I'm pretty sure that's his type. He likes big boobs. Michelle says, I love Zack up in here describing Miss Trunchbull. That's what I was thinking. I was like, why was Jax dating Miss Trunchbull? You know? I was like, that's a pivot even for him. I would think he would turn to dudes before he went to Miss Trunchbull. Older people use that term. Dang, the semantics here, right? Oh, look, I'm getting a call from Adam. Oh, isn't that funny? His profile picture is Jen Shaw when she had her prison eyebrows on. He always calls me when I'm live. My cheeks hurt from laughing. Your butt cheeks? Yeah. He likes them enormous, apparently. Listen, Miss Trunchbull also had some busty boobies, you know? Oh, his type is breathing. No, I think he does have a type, right? Listen, I wouldn't be surprised if he hooked up in front of Cruz. Remember he hooked up in front of the grandma that was on Life Alert? Remember when not Brittany, what's her name? Faith was accidentally recording him when they were hooking up in front of the grandma in the club. Sydney says, "How many times is he gonna call when you're like?" I know. Brittany booties are too big. Her booties or her boobies? See, again, with the typos, you know? She would look so much better if she got a reduction. I mean, I think I don't know. I don't like her face. You know, I think she's done a little too much. Like her face, like the eyebrows are just, she was a very pretty girl. And then a few minor tweaks. Okay, great. But like now, um, I just don't think she looks like her face. Like when it was settling for like a minute, but like her mouth is weird and her eyebrows are really high and her eyes are like really pinched. And it just, she's starting to look a little cat lady, which makes me kind of sad because she was a pretty gal. You know, I mean, listen, it must be Julian's type if Julian's out there hooking up with her behind Jax's back. Like, what's worse, Brittany hooking up with Julian or Katie hooking up with Max? Remember Tom Schwartz's friend Max Boyens? Sharon says she looks older now after all the face messing around. Yeah, now she looks busted. Billy says she was so much prettier before all the treatments. I agree. Laura says she looks masculine now. I mean, I don't know if I would say she looks masculine. Belta says she's a big girl. Extra boobs were not necessary. Did she? Oh, she already had. No. Yeah, she had to Jax bought her in the Jax bought her boobs, but then she got pregnant, and like your body changes, and yeah, I don't know. Gina says, "Not you don't like her face." I mean, you know, like sometimes the face is just like hard to look at because it just doesn't look like she's comfortable. You know, like, it just doesn't look comfortable. Like, it reminds me of, like, you know how when you have a pair of jeans or a pair of pants or something, or, like, a jacket or something that, like, just doesn't quite fit right anymore, and so the whole time you're, like, at the Christmas party and you're, like, sucking it in real tight and you're, like, trying to, like, not feel like you're very uncomfortable, but, like, you're trying really hard to suck it in real tight. Like, that's what her face reminds me of, you know? Like, not in a mean way, just in, like, an uncomfortable way. End up says, "At least the guy Brittany hooked up with is not on the show." That's true. That is true. Pamela says, "Gotta go Taco Tuesday, but I'll try to keep up." Taco Tuesday? My love, it's 9 in the morning. Who's doing Taco Tuesday at 9? Are they breakfast tacos? What kind of tacos are you having at 9 in the morning? Even if you're on the East Coast, 9, 10, 11, 12. Well, I guess it's lunchtime, but still. Taco Tuesday is like a dinner thing, right? I don't know. End up says, "Anytime is taco time." I mean, I guess. You know, there was this brand, I have to shout them out, and please, like, let them know I shouted them out, but I was at Whole Foods yesterday, and there was um, tortilla brand. It was yesterday. Oh, yeah. Coyota's tortillas, I think is what it is. I had to take a picture of it because it was actually quite delicious. David, manager David, let's get an endorsement deal on it. Yes, and so they're cassava tortillas, but, like, you know how the new cassava, like, the grain-free tortillas, like, they're fine, but they're always, like, they get hard and they break and they crumble and all of that stuff. Well, these are cassava tortillas that don't get all hard and crumbly. He, like, heated it up and put, like, some salsa or, like, a bean dip in it, and it was very delicious. Michelle said, "David, get us that tortilla discount stat." Yeah, see, get me the check and get them the discount code. They were really good. I almost bought them. But then I was like, the last thing I need is to every time I buy tortillas, I always end up just like putting a bunch of tacos and burritos and quesadillas. And it's dangerous because then I eat them. And these were good. And the texture of the cassava was, why am I promoting them? I'm not even paid to promote them. But listen, it was good in the club. Sydney says it's almost 1 p.m., aka acceptable taco time. Mimir says, I've heard of breakfast tacos, but I've heard of breakfast burritos, but breakfast tacos, is there a difference? Well, yeah. Is there a difference between a burrito and a taco? Yeah. What did you just fall out of a coconut tree? Pamela says, anytime is taco time. There we go. If you're listening to this, then leave a review on Apple Podcasts and say and weigh in with when you think the appropriate taco time is. Sharon says, does it taste like regular flour tortilla? It actually does. Well, I mean, it's not going to taste exactly like it, but it was good. And Deb says, Kyle agrees it's taco time. Well, I think Kyle is uncertain if it's fully taco time. Like she's also like me, she's debating the time. She's like, is it too early for taco time? Am I right? I'm craving tacos, but is it too early to eat the taco? You know, that's where Kyle's at. She's uncertain of the timing. Michelle says, let's phone a friend and ask Kyle Richards if it's taco time. Like I said, she's not sure she's ready to eat the taco yet. She's looking at the time and she's like, I'm craving tacos, but I'm not sure if I'm ready for that because then, when you get the taco, then you have to have the margarita and you put the lime and the coconut and mix it all up. Mimir says, Zack is live in Northern Canada. I know nothing about the real world. I'm not live in Northern Canada. I'm live in Los Angeles. Live on Saturday night. I'm live in Los Angeles right now, my love. Is she late to taco time? I don't think she's late to the party. I think she's debated on what time she wants to arrive at the party. Billy says, maybe a silly question. Apple Podcast, do you have to have an Apple device? I have an Android. Yes, you do have to have an Apple device to listen to Apple Podcasts, but you can also leave a rating on Spotify if you're listening or watching this on Spotify. Oh, Mimir lives in Northern Canada. Okay. Well, Mimir, you and I, it's not taco time yet for us. All right. That's all I got for you. Thank you for tuning in to No Filter with Zack Peter. That's me. You can always give me a follow at Just Plain Zack all over the internet, or you can follow the podcast at No Filter with Zack. Drop a comment below. Let me know, when is taco time? When is an appropriate time for taco time? Let me know. Yeah. Give me a follow. Show me some love. Leave an Apple Podcast review. Book a cameo like Sharon did for her birthday. You can book a cameo right now. Yeah. Help feed my dogs by booking a cameo today. In the arms of an angel, fly away from here. Oh man, what an interesting, and when we talked about all the fingers and the tacos, what an interesting day, right? All right, guys, I love you. Have a great rest of your Tuesday. Send love, be kind, be nice to everybody. Don't be mean. Don't be jerks on the internet. Be nice to my friends. And I'll talk to you tomorrow. Tomorrow is only a day away. Sydney says, great live today. Will we have one tomorrow? Do we normally not have one tomorrow? Sydney, I love you. I appreciate you. I'll see you tomorrow.